I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Thank you, Noah. We are now joined in studio. I'm excited about this. Always like live music, and we have a show to talk about. Jenah Shank, Beaver Falls native, we've been calling you, but I also think you was being out from like Darlington too. Aren't you from out that way? Or
I lived in Darlington.
Okay.
And but I grew up mostly in Chippewa.
Okay.
Blackhawk.
Go Cougars, yeah. You and I have known each other, oh my goodness, like 30 years, is that right?
Since you were 3.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell them all I trained you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to put I'm going to start again. Okay, I know I got you all mic'd up here better than that. Okay, yeah, so Jenah Shank, you mentioned the Blackhawk Cougars grad, and we've known each other since 93 when we both worked for a newspaper together. But I've been following your career, your music career, and you've done a lot of important shows and events, and you have one coming up this Sunday in Ambridge. Let us know what's going on.
Sunday, we are having a party at Harkins Mill Wines, sorry. It's early, and I was there last night for my open mic, which was really awesome. It's an awesome place to be. And, well, you've been there.
I have. I'm a big fan of that place. Right on Merchant Street in the 500 block, I guess, and they're by the bank. And
Yep.
Dina and Keith, lovely owners.
Yep, they're wonderful people. And we had quite a crowd last night, so we went kind of late. So, it's great. The open mic is once a month, so anyone who wants to come and check that out, that would be great. This Sunday is the album release party. And basically what happened was 25 years ago, I recorded an album, and it's done pretty well for me. And this is the first opportunity I've had to actually put it on vinyl.
Oh,
and so that's
old
exciting.
School.
And the reason that this one, opposed to some of the other ones I've done, is because for whatever reason, as simple as these songs are, and it's mostly acoustic, a lot of them seem to resonate with people. And it kind of waxes and wanes. It's like when it first came out, people liked, some people really liked it. And then it kind of like drifted off a little bit. And then a few years later, I'm looking at my royalties. I'm like, wow, it picked up again. And then it started picking up again. And then it just goes and waxes and wanes. But it seems like...
How does that work with royalties? Do you get a check every quarter or every year? How do you know when...
Well, no one does checks anymore.
True.
You have to set up your direct deposit. But yeah. So I'm really blessed in that area. And I know a lot of people have, issues with streaming and everything. But I figure, you know what, my goal was to get the music out there. Mm-hmm. And if people are going to buy it on CD or vinyl, or if they're going to stream it, I just want to get the music out there to the people who want to hear it. And so I'm really blessed. I have a lot of streaming taking place and a lot of downloads and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And the inspiration to put it out now on vinyl, what's encouraging you there? I love the sound of vinyl, first of all. But
well, it's funny because I love vinyl. I've always had vinyl. I've always had turntables since the 80s, and I have quite a collection of vinyl. And it's funny because this album, for whatever reason, it becomes popular with college kids again.
Oh, wow.
Every several years, it's like a new generation, and someone will share it. And then, especially like a simple song like New Road, which really I found boring myself. And then we just kind of try to spice it up a little bit. But kids like vinyl. There's a generation out there, right? It's like a niche, they say.
God bless them.
Yeah, and they like vinyl, and they have these awesome stereo systems. And so it was like, several people said, my son wants that, but he wants it on vinyl. And so we've done pretty well with it, yeah. And I did a limited edition, but we'll have them Sunday if anyone does want them.
And the album itself, you said initially released 25 years ago. Kind of describe the genre or the songwriting inspirations.
It's definitely 90s singer-songwriter, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it's definitely kind of Amy Grant-ish, I guess you would say. And, acoustic mostly. I mean, we do have some electric guitar on there because we have David Granati. So
who? David?
Who? Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's right. You recorded it at his Maplewood studio, right?
Well, we originally recorded it at his parents' home
Oh, wow.
in the garage, I believe.
In Patterson Township.
Yeah, 25 years ago. And I think, and then we remastered it and remastered it for vinyl and for CDs, Maplewood. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we're talking about some venues you play. I also mentioned the Vietnam Veterans event they have every year.
Mm-hmm.
And hasn't it become a tradition that they play your song, and you've even performed there live?
Yeah, I've
right?
done that a lot. I haven't been able to do it the past year, but previous years, I do that a lot. And I do a lot of events like that. You know, I have a few patriotic songs, and I do a lot of events like that. So, yeah.
Well, as luck would have it, I noticed you have an acoustic guitar in your hand.
I didn't know if you were going to play the CD or guitar, so I tried to be...
We could do that. We could play the one track, but...
whatever you want to do.
But, we definitely want to hear some live music. I could set up we can do a commercial break right now if you want to get tuned up, and
Sure.
Be back in about 2.5, 3 minutes with live music from Jenah Shank.
All right.
In a recent live broadcast, Dale Reckless from MRS Physical Therapy stated that if you are over 65 years old, the CDC recommends getting an annual fall risk screening.
Your vestibular system is similar where it starts to slow down at the age of 40 to 50 years old. Your balance systems start to change at the age of 40 to 50 years old, and they keep getting worse. So it's not just something you do once, but you should do it annually because your body continues to change year to year as you get older.
If you need physical therapy for any reason, choose the place that your friends and neighbors do. MRS Physical Therapy, located in Stone Point Landing in Bridgewater, or Cranberry Physical Therapy on Route 19 in Cranberry. For more information, call Dale Reckless today at 724-728-7550 or visit mrsphysicaltherapy.com.
The Pitt Panthers are looking to improve off of last year's 7-6 record, and you can hear all of the action right here on Beaver County Radio. University of Pittsburgh football on Beaver County Radio is brought to you by the East Rochester and Tusca Shop and Saves, the True Value Hardware inside East Rochester Shop and Save, Dr. C. Timothy Lipp, Beaver Falls Athletic Department, the Fry Transportation Group, and Beaver County Radio.
Tune in every Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. for another insightful edition of Living Well, a special segment on Beaver County Radio designed to help you enjoy the best, most fulfilling, and healthiest life possible. Hosted by Dr. Joseph Maroon and Jeff Boast, and presented by St. Barnabas. Living Well, Saturday mornings at 8:30, right here on Beaver County Radio, WBVP Beaver Falls, WMBA Ambridge, along with 99.3 FM and 95.7 FM.
Character becomes a part of everything we do. It's who we are, and McGee Heating and Air Conditioning's good character has been at the forefront of the service they've offered for generations now. Dedication, honesty, and talent are a part of everything they do. So if it's keeping you cool or keeping you warm, McGee has what it takes to do the right thing. Call McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, family owned and operated, Main Street in Aliquippa. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning is happy to sponsor Pick of the Litter.
Take a quick look around your home. Chances are you may find you have a collection of unwanted household chemical products such as paints, automotive fluids, cleaning products, and more. On the first Saturday of October, you can safely and properly dispose of these unwanted chemicals at a collection in Brady's Run Park. The event is hosted by Pennsylvania Resources Council and the Beaver County Recycling Center. A $20 fee covers the cost of disposing every 10 gallons or 50 pounds of chemicals. Advance registration is required for this collection on October 4th. View a complete list of acceptable materials at prc.org or call 412-488-7490. Many chemical products represent hazards to people and animals and require special methods for safe disposal. So gather all of your unwanted products and bring them to Brady's Run Park the first Saturday of October. Register today for this October 4th collection at prc.org or call 412-488-7490. That's prc.org or 412-488-7490.
Lincoln Park Performing Arts Center in Midland opens its 2025-2026 season with the award-winning comedy classic Guys and Dolls, October 3rd through the 12th, sponsored by Clearview Federal Credit Union. For tickets, visit lincolnparkarts.org.
We are back to Beaver County Radio Morning Show. Scott Tady here. Thanks for spending time with us on this Monday morning. 68 degrees outside, on our way to a high of 78. We're joined in studio by Beaver County singer-songwriter Jenah Shank, who is doing the live vinyl album release of her album. You're celebrating with a live performance this Sunday at Harkins Mill Wines in Ambridge. Kind of describe the setting there and what people can expect.
We're going to have, we'll of course have food, and we'll have wine, and anyone who comes, they get a free drink. So, you can sample the wine if you haven't been there before, or get your favorite, whichever you want.
A lot of their wines are named after Beaver County things. They have like a one named after, I think, the covered bridge at Brush Creek Park and things like that.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. And it's such a nice scene in there, We'll have, of course, David Granati, Hermie Granati, all the players on the original album and who have also contributed to the new mix, plus Tracy Horton. We'll also have Jonathan O'Connor, who is a new addition on drums, and he was actually one of David's, for those about to Rock Academy, one of his students. And so he comes to the open mic every Sunday.
He's kind of like the house drummer, right?
Yeah, he's the house drummer. He's become, he started coming to the open mics once a month, and then, because they're monthly open mics, we'll also have Dave and Tammy Wright of Local Notes. They're going to be playing. And it wouldn't be a party without me opening it up to other people. And so it's going to be kind of like an open mic kind of thing, especially with some of the regulars who come, Sue Lovato, and just different people. They'll be there. And so they'll be playing a little bit too, and just having a party and just celebrating. And we'll have shirts if anyone wants a shirt, and we'll have the albums and the CDs available. And
we'll be there as well, Beaver County Radio.
Yes, you will.
I will be there with Curtis Walsh, himself a prominent musician from the band Better Think Twice. I told him to bring his guitar.
He better.
Okay.
Yeah. I shouldn't order him around, but that would be great. Unless he really wants to take a break. I understand that too. So.
No, musicians. Give him a chance to jump on stage. And why I made you bring your guitar, and I always feel bad when I make a musician perform at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know it's not what you normally do.
Yeah. Normally, I'd be okay. Last night, like I said, our open mic, which is a blessing. I'm not complaining about it, but it was packed, and there were wonderful people and a lot of really talented people.
Awesome.
So if you want to hear great music, usually, check it out. It's the open mic at Harkins every month. So
what time does that happen?
It usually we start at 3.
Okay.
And it's usually the third Sunday of every month, but we had a change. So in October, it's going to be the second.
Okay.
Second Sunday. Hey, can I also mention that there is the Back on Track? Are you familiar with that?
I'm not.
It's at the Rochester.
Oh, that's the event for the East Palestine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be kicking that off with a short acoustic set October 4th.
That's going to be at the Rochester, the Riverfront stage, right? And I know you're involved. David Granati's involved. It's a Pittsburgh area labor activist and musician named Mike Stout's kind of driving the bus on this. And It's an idea to raise money for those who were affected by the train derailment in East Palestine in 2023. Right. And I know you've got friends and maybe in family from out that way.
Oh,
right?
yeah. So, I'll be kicking it off with a short acoustic set at 3 o'clock from like 3 to 3:30. And then, David and his academy will be there. And
Beaver County funk rock band Mean Blue Planets will be there. Tara Lane, she competed on The Voice, the NBC show Voice. And then a Jerry Garcia tribute band called Ruben's Painted Mandolin, also performing. That's all at the Rochester Riverfront stage on, you said October 4th, is that right?
Yep, Saturday, October 4th. And like I said, I'm kicking it off at 3, so if anyone wants to come around and say hi, I have an event on Sunday. I organize and host a Pink Out in Austintown, Ohio. It's called Pink Out Mahoning Valley.
Is that for Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Okay.
Yeah, it's for survivors. It's a free concert. And it's mostly, it's not a fundraiser. We do some fundraising before it. But it started because of breast cancer survivors who wanted to have something more of a celebration and also remembrance, a recognition of those we've lost. but also to gather those who are fighting it now or who have survived, to encourage each other. So it's an all-day music festival. So there you have it.
Okay. But
So
first,
you
we're
want
going to talk about the Harkins Mill Wines show this Sunday, and you got your guitar in hand. You're going to do a song. I imagine we'll hear you performing this Sunday, maybe?
Probably. And this goes out to Keith.
The owner? Okay.
Yeah, I plan to do it. But, plans.
What's it called?
It is called Who I Am.
Okay. Jenah Shank.
I think I might be a little out of tune, so forgive me. It's all right. I did say this is for Keith at Harkins. If you only had a clue what's been on my mind, if you only knew how to read between the lines, I'm wondering what you would do. I wonder if you'd find my thoughts inviting. Would you want to spend some time? Would you just walk with me? Baby, just talk with me. I need a kind heart and a strong and tender hand. Come on and walk with me. Baby, just talk with me. I need to understand. Can you handle who I am? It's who I am. I wonder what you've been thinking, what's been on your mind. Have you been searching me, trying to read my every sign? I've seen you look my way, but I'm too afraid to guess. So I'd like to know for sure. Tell me, can you handle this? Come on and walk with me. Talk with me. I need a kind heart and a strong and tender hand. Come on and walk with me. Baby, just talk with me. I need to understand. Can you handle who I am? It's who I am. It's who I am. No more second guessing, useless uncertainties. No more pretending. Let me set your heart at ease. Come on and walk. Baby, just talk. Come on and walk with me. Baby, just talk with me. I need to understand. Can you handle who I am? Come on and walk with me. Baby, just talk with me. I need to understand. Can you handle who I am? It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am.
Yeah. Jenah Shank, a song about the importance of communication, I would say. And,
I would say so.
I see what you meant. You were talking about the 90s singer-songwriter
Yeah.
vibes. Definitely got notes of that. And
Yeah.
pretty song, though. And
Thank you.
very well performed. And
Yeah.
it's an example of Jenah Shank, what you'll hear this upcoming Sunday, Harkins Mill Wines in downtown Ambridge. You have a website and Facebook, and how can people follow along with your music and your adventures?
Oh, yeah. I have JenahShank.com. I have Facebook. Just Google Jenah Shank. And
Let me spell that for people. Jenah
yeah.
Shank.
Yep.
We're both former newspaper reporters. We know.
It's important to know how to spell. Yes. And you can pronounce it wrong. I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
Because everybody does. But JenahShank.
Yes, Beaver County's own. And I'm trying to remember some of the other events you did, but weren't you involved in there was a truck stop ministry in Ohio, right? Where the Ohio 14 and Ohio 7 meet. What was that? It's bringing a bell in my brain.
Because my husband, he got involved in it. My husband was a truck driver for 28 years until he got hurt on the road. And he was involved in the truck stop ministries. And I was asked to go play. And that's how we met. And that was many, many years ago. That ministry's been there a long time, but we're still involved in that.
Is that even there anymore, that building, that truck stop? Or
and we still do in the theater.
Oh, wow.
You know, it really was hurt by COVID, like so many other things, but it's building back up. And we have some friends who have come alongside and are now helping us since we're trying to step back a little bit from it and do other things, mostly do nothing. Yeah, I know that sounds.
Easier said than done, though, sometimes.
Yeah, it really is. No, we don't. I don't think we'd survive if we did nothing. We have, a camp, and we have a large family, and just different things that we try to do, and with the music and everything. But it's one of those grassroots. I know people say that, but there's so much of it that is under. You think about like a ministry like that, like church and everything. And there are church services on Sundays, but my husband is one of those guys that people call him from there. Mm-hmm. And you might have like a runaway, you might have a prostitute, a stranded driver. We had one driver a few years ago where the company, I don't even know how they do this, but I guess everyone these days is learning how you do this, but they laid everybody off and they shut the doors. And they basically idled, and so they shut the trucks off.
Oh, my goodness.
And, it did make big news, but wherever the guys and girls, women, the drivers were.
Literally stranded.
They were stranded. And we had one who was stranded at the truck stop. And so my husband got him a bus ticket, did what he had to do to get him home because they don't have their pay. They don't have anything yet. And so we've done that. He has helped people who are in transition. There's a battered woman, and we took her and her children from Girard, Ohio, over to Brookville, Pennsylvania one evening, night, like at 2 a.m, because she needed to get to her sisters, and they called from the truck stop.
Wow!
And we work with the police. We make sure. Recently, we had a kid who was hitchhiking, just to try to get to Philadelphia area. And so
if people want more information on that, is there a Facebook or website?
Yeah, it's a truck stop ministry, and you can look for me again, Jenah Shank, but it's also it's called the Truckers for Jesus Truck Stop Ministry in Girard, Ohio, at the Petro.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, after the news segment, we're going to play one of your radio songs.
Okay.
Walk Away. We'll talk about that, and you'll hear more from Jenah Shank.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Blaney opens the round of 12 in New Hampshire Victory Lane. This is the Monday Morning Race Recap presented by Sunoco. From NASCAR to your car, Sunoco fuels peak performance.
Kyle Larson brings his Chevy in 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market, performance is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR.
Money stop here for Ryan Blaney, 4 tires with Sunoco fuel.
From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
Team Penske driver Ryan Blaney led 116 of 301 laps on his way to a win in yesterday's Mobile One 301 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. His third win of the season and first on the 1-mile New England Oval. The victory advances Blaney into the 8-driver round of the playoffs. Behind Blaney at the checkered flag was Josh Berry in second, William Byron third, Joey Logano fourth, and Chase Elliott in fifth. Christopher Bell was sixth, while Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, and Chase Briscoe completed the top 10. Blaney moves to the top of the playoff grid with the win, while William Byron is 47 points to the good in second, and Kyle Larson is 41 points above the cut line in third. Outside of the current all-important top 8 include Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Tyler Reddick, and Bubba Wallace. Next up, the NASCAR Cup Series will race this Sunday at the Kansas Speedway in race 2 of the round of 12 of the playoffs. That's the Monday morning race recap presented by Sunoco. I'm Kyle Rickey on the Motor Racing Network.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning. On this Monday, September 22nd of 2025, we will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver are continuing to investigate the incident which occurred on Thursday in which an ATF agent shot and killed 18-year-old Kendrick Curtis Jr. of Aliquippa, a senior who went to Aliquippa High School. The shooting occurred in the area of Wagaman Street and Tyler Street in Aliquippa at around 6:20 p.m. on Thursday. According to Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver, officers attempted to contact Curtis, who fled from the officers and while fleeing, discharged a firearm towards them, and an officer returned gunfire, subsequently striking Curtis. Curtis was flown to Allegheny General Hospital and died there early Friday morning. A structure fire occurred in Hookstown yesterday afternoon and was contained that same day. A garage is what seemed to be involved with this fire that occurred at the area of Mill Street and 168 in Hookstown yesterday. There were also possible entrapment reports at that time. Initially, 2 lines were put into service and the fire was handled quickly. Today is the first day of fall in the year of 2025. Fall of 2025 officially kicks off at 2:19 p.m. Eastern Time today. Daylight Savings Time ends this year on November 2nd, 2025, so that will be the date when you should set your clocks 1 hour earlier as the days become shorter. Pennsylvania State Police in Newcastle report that they will be having a car seat event on Thursday, September 25th at Scott Township Volunteer Fire Department in Lawrence County from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. According to police, certified car seat technicians will be on scene to assist with car seat installations and any questions asked during this free event for the public. Pennsylvania State Police in Newcastle also report that a 2-vehicle crash occurred in Pulaski Township of Lawrence County on Thursday. 74-year-old John Heather of West Middlesex, Pennsylvania, was driving on I-376 West that day when he hit 62-year-old Stephen Grove of Loretto, Pennsylvania, who was driving a semi-truck with a semi-trailer. Grove was trying to let someone merge onto I-376 West from the Pulaski on-ramp by merging from the right lane into the left lane before Heather hit his vehicle into Grove's semi-truck. Heather was trying to move onto the shoulder of I-376 West to get out of Grove's way, but Heather still hit Grove's semi-truck while attempting to stay on the shoulder. The cable barrier of the road was not hit by Heather, and no injuries occurred at the time of this crash. And Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, and Jimmy Fallon hosted their late-night shows using a mix of humor and solidarity with suspended ABC host Jimmy Kimmel. Stewart opted for satire to critique ABC suspending Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely following comments he made about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Colbert took a more serious approach, calling his suspension blatant censorship. Fallon praised Kimmel and vowed to keep doing his show as usual, but an announcer replaced most of his critiques about President Donald Trump with praise.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Mostly cloudy today with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a high near 80. Showers and thunderstorms tonight will drop down to a low around 63. Cloudy again tomorrow with rain and possible thunderstorms expected throughout the day and evening. Look for highs of 75 and lows of 62. And more rain in the forecast for Wednesday. We'll see highs of 74 and lows of 61. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
On this Monday, September 22nd of 2025 at 35 minutes after 9, we've got a temperature of 68 degrees with partly cloudy skies here in Beaver County. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Thank you, Noah. We are joined in studio by Beaver Valley singer-songwriter Jenah Shank, who this upcoming Sunday will be doing the vinyl album release of an album released years ago. And you said Dave Granati, Hermie Granati will be there as part of the show. What time does that happen, by the way, at Harkins Mill?
3 o'clock.
Okay. Now, is it indoor or outdoor? They have that lovely little courtyard there sometimes.
It just depends on the weather.
Okay.
And, it'll probably be both, actually, because you'll be there, and
We're going to have our van, look for the Beaver and the WBVP van parked out front, and we'll be doing some interviews there and kind of hanging out and getting people hyped for your performance.
So you'll be marking the spot. So
about that? Yeah. So look for a van that has a beaver wearing a cowboy hat and clutching a boombox. And I guarantee you won't miss it. Yeah. But I wanted to play now one of your songs, and this is a radio track, I guess I would say. It's a song we'll be playing even this Friday on our Backyard Beaver County program, where we spend 2 hours highlighting the local music scene. But it's called Walk Away. Talk about the inspiration for Walk Away.
It's just me. I mean, that's where I am. That's where I was at the time, and it's like so easy. But I think people relate to it because it's so easy just sometimes to walk away from situations, and sometimes it's hard to determine whether it's not just love, but any situation where it's like work or anything. Do I walk away here, or do I stand and fight? And knowing, and I actually was doing an interview with can I say Jim Skiff in Pittsburgh. And he said to him, that song was kind of like that, especially in these times that people just seem so, I don't know if they're more divided or if it's just because of social media, it seems like it. I don't know. But just that this is such a time when, people, it's like, is it better to walk away or to fight an issue? So I think it can relate to anything you want it to relate to. For me, it was a lot of different situations in my life, even friendships. It's like, okay, do I stand here and fight it? Is it worth the fight? Or because it's so easy for me to walk away.
It's going to be a matter of sometimes both. You do walk away at that moment, but then kind of gauge your emotions. That's an option as well, too.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. That's something more and more it seems like we have to stop and ask, is this worth standing here fighting for, or do I walk away?
Yeah.
All right, let's play that song. This is Jenah Shank. The song's called Walk Away.
I know you don't know me. If you did, I'm sure you'd see how quick, how often, how easily I could just walk away. I could just run and hide. I could just walk away. But baby, this time I just might try to stand and fight.
That was a taste of Walk Away. We've been using that in our commercial to kind of give people a feel for the show coming up at Harkins Mill Wines with Jenah Shank, and you have to send us the full version. That's the tease. That's what you do. You tease people. You give them people. Yeah, you give them a little glimpse. But there's the emotion in that song. The kind of the mood you set with. What kind of guitar chords were those? I don't know.
Different ones.
Okay.
I don't know. All different.
It set a mood. Just a Monday kind
those
of
are minors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Minors are sometimes moody. I do a lot of minors, obviously.
When you mentioned the 90s singer-songwriter vibe, we were all in that kind of frame of mind.
Well, and can I just say this too, I do a lot, it seems like a lot about overcoming obstacles. And so this guy walked up to me at one of my shows and he says, wow. He goes, wow, you must have quite a life because. And I told him, I said, I write my stories, but I write other people's stories too.
Yeah.
And Nikki Kagi, I failed to mention Nikki Kagi. She's been a friend of mine for as long as I've known you.
Related to Phil Kagi, the great guitar player?
Yeah, she can explain. You need to have Nikki on your show sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, she opened for the Oak Ridge Boys, and I mean, she's done everything. You know, it's just a fantastic voice. But she's on this album and was in the beginning, and other stuff I've done, and she's recorded her own stuff. But it's funny because she always says, "That song's about me, Jenna. That song's about me, Jenna." So, you know. But if you want me to play one more,
Of course I do.
okay. I wasn't going to, but I will if you want me to.
I'll twist your arm. Not your guitar strumming arm, but I'll.
We'll try. Do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, why not? We'll talk about the song first.
Okay, it's called Maker.
Okay.
And I wrote it again in the 90s. You know, all the songs in the 90s, I keep saying that. But I actually wrote this song shortly after I had a 23-year-old foster brother that I was very close to, that my mom raised, him and his sister, and we were always very close. And unfortunately, he committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
And it was in Freedom. And it was hard because it was very public. And Rena Papali, remember Rena?
She was a very hard-nosed newspaper reporter.
That we worked with.
Yeah.
And she had to cover the stories. And I remember her calling me the day after it happened, and I'm so sorry, but I need information. And so I was acting as a reporter, and I was acting as trying to help my sister. It was a very dramatic event that happened. It was over a fight. And so he ended up taking his own life. And it was a police standoff and everything. But in the course of doing all of that and taking care of preparations for his funeral, taking care of my brother-in-law who was wounded in the whole incident and fiasco, and just trying to help my sister and just trying to help my mom and everybody through everything, I really didn't take the opportunity to mourn. And this was where my faith comes in, because I was raised in church, and sort of, that's another story. And you know, I've just always written about my relationships, whether they be with family, friends, or God, or anything. And I just came to a point one day where I hadn't mourned at all, and then it just hit me. And it hit me like a kick in the gut. And I just remember falling to my knees and crying, this is really bad. This is really bad, this whole situation. And him, 23 years old, coming home from the Army, the first Gulf War, and just taking his own life. And this is the song that came out of that day, out of me basically crying my heart out to God, and just, you know, questioning things and coming to terms with my own faith. And, you know, there's a line in there that that resonates with people. It's like, you're the end of the story, the power and the glory, amen. And what that meant to me then and now, it basically is that no matter where we've been, no matter what we've done, that we can allow God to turn that around. And we can allow him to turn it around and use it for his glory and for our good. Doesn't mean he'll change the circumstances. You might still end up in prison. You might still end up divorced, estranged from your kids, whatever the situation, the consequences of actions are. But, you know, if you just yield it, then life can be so much better if we just yield to that at any given point. And that's what the song is really about. And so, yeah, thank you for allowing me to do it. So, and I do a lot of suicide vigils and survivor vigils and things. And this is a song that got me started into doing those because people asked for the song. And so I still do it. And I do one every November. So. It's called Maker. I find rest in the arms of a maker. I find rest in the arms of a maker. And I'm only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone. it was you standing right before my eyes, and your truth cut right through my world of lies. And I'm only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone. I find rest in the arms of a maker. I find rest in the arms of a maker. And oh, it's real, stronger than what you feel. I was shattered and broken till I found rest. You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. Amen. You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. Amen. You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. Amen. You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. Amen. And I'm only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone. I stand not alone. I stand not alone. Through the I am not alone. Through all the tears and all of the fears, my Lord, my God, you're still right here. And I'm only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone.
Wow. Song called Maker by Jenah Shank. We'll be back with her after these 2 minutes worth of spots.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Balcones Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Here they come. Green flag goes in the air.
Playoff round of 12 continues.
Now there's contact, and around goes Ryan Blaney off the front bumper of Kyle Larson.
In the Heartland at Kansas Speedway.
Checkered flag is in the air. Denny Hamlin wins.
It's the Hollywood Casino 400, presented by ESPN Bet.
What's everyone in Beaver County talking about? It's Beaver County Radio, brought to you exclusively by Fry Transportation. Beaver County Radio and Fry Transportation, a winning team in Beaver County.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Tune in for Spotlight on Seniors every Sunday at 11 a.m. Host Valerie McKelvey will highlight what's important to the seniors of Beaver County. Spotlight on Seniors is brought to you by the Beaver County Office on Aging and beavercountyradio.com.
St. Barnabas thanks you for listening to Beaver County Radio.
9:50 a.m. Scott Tady here until 10. Joined in studio by Jenah Shank. She is doing an album release show this Sunday at Harkins Mill Wines. That's 564 Merchant Street in Ambridge. The winery opens at 1 o'clock this upcoming Sunday, and there'll be the Light Bite Fair. And Jenah, you said there'll be some other food as well.
Yeah, we're going to have, it's surprises. We'll have some sandwiches, and you know what? We won't run out of food if we have to order pizza. If people eat a lot, then we'll just order pizza. But yeah, different people, we have different things that cheese trays, cookies, sandwiches.
Well, there are Grenadis involved, and I've never been at a place where food ran out. The Grenadis were out.
Right.
That's,
David.
Yeah.
David's especially.
Be playing guitar. And Harkins Mill, you can sample wines like the Beaver Blush. It's a Catawba.
That's right.
The Beaver River Red. I like how they do a lot of local references, and that's a Malbec, the Beaver. We were talking about the Brush Creek Red, named after Brush Creek Park. They also have a Brush Creek White, Crow's Run Red.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
you're doing good. I go blank on.
I'm cheating. I'm looking at their website, but shout out to Harkins Mill for and the Girls Night at. You have to say it with the Yinzer accent. It's AHT. Girls Night at.
Yeah.
That's the tri-blend. So
right.
Just an example. But you'll be doing music from your album. You have the vinyl copy of that. Hold that up. I want to look at the artwork on that and everything. Oh yeah. That's you leaning over what kind of guitar? Acoustic, of course, but
and
different path, same direction.
Yeah. David came up with that because
it's kind of a re-release. Is that why? Or?
Yeah, and it's like, just sometimes you take a different path, but you want to end up at the same at your goal.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you have to take a different path to do that. So that's what. Yeah, and
the album itself called New Road.
New Road. Yep.
Okay.
2000 to 2025. And Jen Reed, she's a wonderful photographer, friend of mine, and she took the photos. And my husband, Ron Shank, he actually helped design. And good friend Jackie, she did the final prep work to get it, to the printer and everything. She's a graphic artist. But so, yeah, we had... lots of help with it.
Any vinyl record stores be selling it?
I am going to be working on that next. I've got some who have asked for it. One in Cleveland, and then you had mentioned the local ones and stuff.
Monaca has Inner Groove Records. We'll put you in touch with them. Yeah. Nice little vinyl shop there on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, we have it. It's available online, JenahShank.com. We're working on that, getting the website and everything a little bit rebranded. I have some new music too that is a little, I don't want to say heavier, but edgier, I think. And then we also, if you don't want the vinyl, we do have the CDs. And if you don't want the CDs, you're into streaming, you can stream it, you can download it. It's on all of my music. It's on all of the streaming platforms and available on Amazon and all of that good stuff. And so it's pretty exciting.
It's Jenah Shank, Jenah Shank, Shank. And you doing cassette tapes, 8-tracks?
You know what? We are going to be doing them on cassettes. I've actually had some requests for cassettes. And I have a cassette player.
They're kind of coming back a little bit.
People like
rediscovering,
that. Rediscovering, so actually one of them is my sister-in-law, Wendy. She wants a cassette.
Oh, wow.
So, it's like, so we'll do a limited edition. And then if people want more, we'll make them. But...
how much technology is involved to get an album that's already been released to get it on vinyl? That's not a simple
We had to remix it.
Okay.
And
that's when you went to Grenadi's studio.
Yeah. So we had to remix it, and we had to just and remaster it and kind of bring it up to their specs, which are kind of how do you say it? they're sensitive. I guess that's the best way. It's kind of like the frequencies or whatever they use. That's what guys talking to me about frequencies and everything, and it's like it's just a little more sensitive.
Yeah.
And
just vinyl has such a warmer sound. It's just like a warmer tone to it.
It does sound nice. Yeah. So and I just always liked vinyl. So it's kind of like it's a cool thing, And I don't know. I'd mentioned to you that I have a project that I had started years ago and was never able to finish it just because of work and different things going on with the different people. But I started working with John Safara of Glass Harp. I don't know if anyone in this area is real familiar with them, but they're real popular in the Ohio area. And that's Phil Keaggy's band.
And Phil is a phenomenal musician, internationally acclaimed musician.
Grammy Award,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Grammy Award, Dove Award, all that good stuff, I think. Played with a lot of the bigwigs, and he is a bigwig himself, but he's just phenomenal. And
what's your tie to him?
So I worked on some songs with John Safara, and John played on them. He recorded them, and Phil Keaggy played on them.
Whoa!
Yeah, and so the Glass Harp band played on them, and there was a guy from this area, but I think more from up north a little bit. Jack Earring, he plays the keyboards, and you have to really listen to them because whether you like the songs or not, I mean, the instrumentation on this stuff is fantastic. And one of the cool things about all of those guys is they're so pro that it's like they really want the stuff to sound the way it's meant to sound. And what I mean by that is if you've worked with any artist or anything, sometimes, not to put anybody down, but sometimes people have a tendency that they want to change stuff. And they're not like that at all. They want it to have the character and just kind of build that character. And you can really hear it. And some of the songs, I mean, the instrumentation is just so pretty that, And on that one, it's called, it's out now on streaming, and then it'll be out on CD in a couple of weeks. But it's Worth the Wait. And it's with Phil Keaggy, John Safara, and those guys from Glass Harp, and Jack Earring, and so I'm excited about it. And the cool thing is that John is retired now, and he and Phil both had a few health issues that have been pretty public. And so David Granati, again, so I took it to him, and he actually added the final touches. He mixed it and gave it the final mastering so that we could put it out. And I've never really been able to do that, put it out on CD. So there are 7 songs. It's actually an EP that we worked on several years ago. And and it's kind of cool because some of the songs, there's a song called Lazarus. My sister inspired that. I was out on the Pima Reservation out in Arizona, and there's a song that the kids out there, I wrote it while I was playing around with them and stuff. And so I was, I had an opportunity to visit the reservations and do some music for the kids.
Wow.
And do some kind of lessons. We did some beading, and we did some music lessons and drumming and stuff. And so I actually wrote that, the one song out at the reservation. And so it's kind of interesting. So I do mention sometimes like where or what inspired those songs,
I think that's one of my favorite things about you do the open mic nights at Harkins Mill, and when I hear a singer or songwriter explain the song ahead of time, where it came from, the inspiration, that really makes me appreciate a brand new song I'm hearing for the first time.
Yeah, there was a guy, that a lot of people weren't into that for a long time. There was an artist that I knew, and he was a Christian musician, and his name was Rich Mullins. He wrote some of Amy Grant's stuff, and he was really into that, and he would do that, and then he would also elaborate on other things, and he just really, people loved him. He's so personable on stage, and even he'd come out and he taught me not to be so serious. You want to be good and you want to perfect your skill, but at the same time, stuff goes wrong, and just to have fun and enjoy it. And that's one of those things, like, I'm interested in where the songs came from.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, we look forward to hanging out with you this upcoming Sunday. Harkins Mill Wines, Jenah Shank, thank you so much for coming in playing live
Thank
and
you.
letting us play your song. And come on, Beaver County Radio, 2 p.m. Sunday.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
But you can come at 2.
Yeah,
That's fine.
start
You'll
drinking
be
your
there.
wine at 2 o'clock.
Are you going to be there at 2?
I will be there.
Yeah, so you'll be there at 2. I'll be there at 2, so come at 2.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Yeah.
Thank you lots.
We just have to let Keith know.
Yeah.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.